She got a BBL. But her mother paid the price. Story by Bonietta. Have you ever dreamed of changing your life with just one surgery? What if that dream came with a terrible, hidden price? Today, I'm about to share the shocking story of a young woman who got the perfect body she always wanted, but her mother paid the ultimate price. This is a story about beauty, sacrifice, and secrets no one dares to tell. Stay with me, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more true stories that will blow your mind. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named CHIAMAKA. She was very slim and skinny, like a small bird. She grew up in a busy city called Lagos, where people always looked at who was big and strong. But CHIAMAKA was different. She was thin, and she wished she could be like her friends who had big, curvy bodies. Her best friend Urena was pretty and got lots of smiles from boys and nice clothes from rich people. Everyone liked Urena, but not CHIAMAKA. Sometimes, CHIAMAKA felt sad because she wanted to be seen and loved too. She looked in the mirror and wished her body could change. She wanted to be like Urena, to get the same attention and smiles. She was ready to do anything to change her small body and have the big, soft body that people liked. Done everything: teas, creams, gym. Nothing was working. Her Instagram was stuck at 2,034 followers, while her friends with curvier bodies were getting free clothes, influencer deals, and marriage proposals. "God, when?" she whispered. Her mother, Mama Nkechi, called from the kitchen. "Come and eat rice, my daughter," but CHIAMAKA rolled her eyes. She wanted more than rice. She wanted the soft life. And she was ready to pay the price. That evening, her best friend Urena sent her a number on WhatsApp. "This doctor does BBL for girls who have no money. Just promise to be loyal." Curious, CHIAMAKA messaged the number. A man replied immediately. His profile picture was just a red moon. He said, "Come tomorrow. We'll fix your life. One body, one price." When she asked the cost, he replied, "You don't need money. Just say yes." That night, CHIAMAKA slept with a smile, dreaming of her new life, never knowing what it would truly cost. The next morning, CHIAMAKA dressed in her finest second-hand jeans and white shirt. She told her mother she was going to a job interview. Mama Nkechi packed jollof rice for her journey and prayed over her head. "God will protect you," she said, holding her daughter tightly. CHIAMAKA felt a brief tug of guilt but quickly brushed it off. She was on her way to a new life. The clinic was at the end of a quiet street in Lekki, Lagos. No signboard, no nurse. Just a tall, smooth-skinned man standing beside a red door. "You're the one?" he asked. CHIAMAKA nodded. He smiled. "Follow me." Inside, everything smelled like perfume and blood. A dark woman with long braids handed her a form. It had no price, only a sentence at the bottom: "What you take, something else must go." CHIAMAKA signed, laughing in her mind. "Whatever. I'm ready." In the operating room, soft music played. The man, now wearing a crimson coat, asked her to lie down. "We don't use anesthesia," he said, "but you won't feel any pain. Only separation." Before she could ask what that meant, everything went black. When she woke up hours later, her body felt heavy. Then she looked down and screamed with joy. Curves, shape, hips, flat tummy. She was perfect. He gave her a small mirror. Her eyes widened in awe. "It's like I was reborn," she whispered. "You were," the man replied. As she dressed, she noticed a strange coldness in her chest. Like something had left her body. He walked her to the gate and said, "1 year from today, something you love most will return to dust. That's the price. Enjoy your beauty." She laughed. "Is that all?" And with that, she walked away, hips swaying. Back in her area, no one recognized her. Men stopped their cars. Women turned and whispered. Even Mama Nkechi said, "My daughter, are you okay? You look different." CHIAMAKA giggled and hugged her mother, secretly thrilled. She posted her first full-body picture online that night. By morning, she had 10,000 followers. Influencers started DMing her. Brands sent her free wigs, clothes, and waist beads. She went from CHIAMAKA the rice hawker to CHIAMAKA the Lekki baddie. Even Urena got jealous. "What exactly did you do?" she asked. CHIAMAKA smiled and said, "Grace found me." But deep inside, her dreams began changing. A shadow always stood beside her now. It never spoke, just watched. Weeks passed. Her fame grew. She was now hanging out in Banana Island, popping champagne with oil boys and celebs. She changed her accent, changed her walk, even her name. She now went by the name Kailux. Mama Nkechi barely saw her daughter anymore. "Why you day change, my Pekin?" she asked one day. CHIAMAKA snapped back, "I'm building a future for us." But on her birthday, exactly 30 days after the surgery, she received a strange text from a blocked number. 29 days left. Prepare. She laughed it off and blocked the contact. But that night, her mother collapsed in the kitchen. No one could explain why. No fever. No wound. Just weakness. They rushed Mama Nkechi to the hospital. "Her blood pressure is fine. No infection," the doctor said, puzzled. "But her spirit is shrinking." CHIAMAKA panicked. She sent money for the best doctors. She even brought a prayer team. But Mama Nkechi just laid there, growing weaker every day. At night, CHIAMAKA's dreams became terrifying. She would see herself dancing in her new body while her mother's face melted behind her. One morning, she woke up to find the mirror in her room cracked. It split right where her reflection smiled. That night, her phone rang at exactly 2 a.m. It was the same blocked number. She picked up, angry. "Who are you?" A deep voice replied, "The countdown doesn't stop when you ignore it." Then silence. Suddenly, her mother screamed from the other room. CHIAMAKA ran in. Mama Nkechi was sitting up, eyes wide open, mumbling in Igbo, "Don't give me away. I gave you life." CHIAMAKA called the doctors, but they found nothing. "She's healthy on the outside. Something else is going on," they said. The next day, she tried praying, but the moment she mentioned God, the mirror in her room shattered completely. She began to feel it. The exchange was real. And time was moving. Terrified, CHIAMAKA went back to the clinic in Lekki. But the red door was gone. In its place was a burnt-down compound with overgrown weeds. She asked a nearby shopkeeper, who said, "That building caught fire last year. Nothing is there." She showed him the picture she took the first day. He shook his head. "I've never seen that place before in my life." Panicking, CHIAMAKA called Urena, but her number didn't connect. She even went to Urena's house, but the gateman said no one lived there anymore. Everything around the surgery was disappearing, erasing itself, like a contract closing in. As Mama Nkechi's body weakened more, CHIAMAKA visited a prophet in Soyulia. The moment he saw her, he gasped and turned his face. "You carry a stolen star. You made a covenant with a blood collector." She cried, begging him for help. "You cannot return what you borrowed without pain," he said. "But you can choose to give it up before the time ends. Before someone else pays the price." CHIAMAKA asked how. "There's a sacrifice," he said. "Either you return your beauty and everything it brought, or you let your mother die." She sat in silence. She thought about her 300k followers, her fame, her money, her fans. Could she give it up? Determined to break the curse, CHIAMAKA tracked down Urena's cousin in Festac. There, she learned Urena died 3 days after sending her the doctor's number. But her body was never found. She changed after her own surgery, her cousin said. Always cold. Talking to walls. Then one day, she vanished. CHIAMAKA realized she wasn't the first. And if she didn't act fast, she'd not only lose her mother, she might disappear too. She went home and sat by Mama Nkechi's bedside, holding her hand. "Mummy, I'm sorry. I didn't know the price would be you." She returned to the prophet, desperate. "I will give it back. I want to save my mother," she cried. The prophet looked at her long and hard. "There is a ritual. At midnight, on the 40th day after your surgery, go to the water, burn the contract, speak the truth, and go in clean." That night, She read through her old WhatsApp messages and found the form she had signed. No paper, just a digital version. "If I delete this, does it end?" she asked. The prophet shook his head. "You don't delete blood deals. You cleanse them." On the 40th night, she went to the lagoon in Lekki. Dressed in white, barefoot, holding the contract on her phone screen, she followed the prophet's instructions. She read the oath aloud and wept as she did. Then she dropped her phone into the water and watched it sink. Immediately, the wind grew strong. The sky turned dark. A face formed in the water, hers, but older, uglier, angrier. "You cannot return a gift already used," it whispered. Then it vanished. Behind her, she heard footsteps. When she turned, no one was there. The next morning, she woke up feeling heavy. Her hips ached. Her back felt bent. When she looked in the mirror, her body was changing, shrinking. Slowly, day by day. She couldn't post online anymore. Her followers dropped. The brands unfollowed her. The oil boys stopped replying. She wore baggy clothes to hide. Her skin began peeling. Her waist disappeared. But Mama Nkechi began to recover. Slowly, she could sit up. Then eat. Then smile. "My daughter, you are becoming yourself again," she whispered one day. CHIAMAKA wept. For the first time, she was both beautiful and broken. Each morning, CHIAMAKA stood in front of her mirror, watching her body return to its natural shape. But something had changed inside her. She no longer stared in hunger or hate. Now, she looked with sadness. "I gave away so much, for nothing," she whispered. The mirror didn't talk anymore. The cracked glass had gone still. But she still felt something watching her. She went offline. Deleted her Instagram. Burned her wigs. The silence was loud. Her friends stopped checking in. Even the people who once begged her for shoutouts now acted like she never existed. All she had left was Mama Nkechi, and now she saw how much she almost lost. For the first time in months, CHIAMAKA followed her mother to the market. People stared. One woman whispered, "Isn't that the girl from Instagram?" Another muttered, "Na jazz she used before, beg." Her curves were gone. Her glow had faded. She felt naked, not without clothes, but without illusion. She helped her mother carry pepper and vegetables. One man laughed and said, "No be this girl day chop life with oil boys." Her face burned. But Mama Nkechi held her hand tight. "The road to shame is wide, but the path to truth is small," she said softly. CHIAMAKA knew she had taken the wide road. Now, she had to walk back, slowly. That evening, a strange envelope arrived at their doorstep. No stamp. No name. Inside was a letter. It read, "I'm sorry I dragged you into this. I didn't know how real it was. I tried to return mine, but they took me instead. If you're reading this, you're the lucky one. Please, live well. Don't look back." Urena. Tears rolled down CHIAMAKA's face. Urena was gone. Lost to the same hunger. The same lie. The same doctor. She folded the letter and placed it under her pillow. "I'll live for both of us," she whispered. "I'll tell our story." The prophet returned unannounced. He came with a small bottle and a Bible. "The spirit is off you, but the scar is not," he said. "Drink this. It will cleanse your womb, your dreams, and your soul." CHIAMAKA took it without question. It tasted bitter, like ashes and pepper. He prayed over her and her mother, calling out every curse, every name, every shadow. The walls trembled. A breeze blew through closed windows. When he left, Mama Nkechi smiled. "You are free, my daughter. Now you must help others who are still bound." CHIAMAKA began to rebuild her life. She applied for a job at a local fashion store. They paid her just 30,000 naira a month, a far cry from the millions she once got from sugar uncles. But she earned it with her own hands. And each night she came home tired, her mother's warm food and laughter healed her better than any spa. She also started writing. A blog. She called it, The Price of Beauty. At first, no one read it. But she kept writing. She shared Urena's letter. Shared her own story. Then one day, her post went viral, not because of her body, but her truth. A girl named Temi D met her. She was 19 and planning her own BBL. "Your story scared me," she wrote. "I cancelled my appointment. Please, can we talk?" They met at a booker. Temi had questions. CHIAMAKA had answers. She told her everything: the glamour, the curse, the dreams, the price. Afterwards, Temi hugged her and said, "You saved my life." That night, CHIAMAKA wept, not out of regret, but relief. Her pain was no longer useless. It was now light for someone else. She had turned her wound into a warning. One night, a blood-red moon rose again. CHIAMAKA stood outside, staring at it. For a brief second, her reflection in the window showed her old body. The curvy one. The one that cost everything. But she blinked, and it was gone. A whisper floated through the air. "Do you miss it?" She smiled and whispered back, "No. I miss my mother more." As if satisfied, the wind calmed. The moon dimmed. She had passed the final test. The demon had come to tempt her, and failed. Her soul had made its choice. And she chose life. Maman Kechi turned 59. For the first time, CHIAMAKA threw her a real party. Nothing fancy. Just close friends, soup, and laughter. "You almost didn't make it to this day," CHIAMAKA whispered as they cut the cake. Her mother kissed her forehead. "You came back for me. That's what matters." That evening, they sat together, staring at old photos. Mama said, "You were always beautiful, even when you didn't see it." CHIAMAKA smiled and replied, "I had to lose everything to see what I already had." CHIAMAKA was invited to speak at a secondary school in Yaba. The girls were bright-eyed and excited. "Who wants to be famous?" she asked. Every hand went up. "Who wants to be loved?" More hands. Then she told them about her story, not to scare them, but to show them. When she finished, a girl raised her hand and asked, "Do you still feel beautiful now?" CHIAMAKA smiled with tears in her eyes. "Yes. But now I feel free. And that is better." So my dear friends, we have come to the end of the story. I want you to remember this. Not everything you see online is real. Some of the bodies, the beauty, the soft life, they come at a price many people don't talk about. Some girls are dying silently just to feel seen. Some are trading peace for pressure. Some are smiling in selfies while crying in silence. So before you compare yourself to anyone, pause and ask, what did it cost them to look like that? And what will it cost me to chase the same? You are already enough. You are already worthy. Social media is not real life. Don't lose yourself trying to fit into a world that doesn't even know the real you. Take care of your body, yes. Dress well, love yourself, level up, but never at the expense of your soul. Real beauty is peace. Real confidence is contentment. And real women don't compete, they shine together. I love you. Stay wise. Stay whole. So dear friends, we've come to the end of our story. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming stories.